Alrighty, so in the last episode, we traveled a very far way to get established in this new world in this Three Lives series. We finally found a home, and in today's episode, we are finally going to build our base. I've already started doing a little bit of the back work for it. As you guys can see here, we've been getting materials, we've been getting ready for this for a hot minute now. And this entire episode is literally just us building our base. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are enjoying the series, and let's get into building this base. Alrighty, and that brings us back to here. Obviously, you guys can see that I've been working on some stuff. We've got Nova in the background, and the other thing that I did not get a time lapse of as the sun is going down is I flattened some land over there where our house is going to be now. In all of that time period, one thing that I have not done yet, as we're going to go to sleep here, is loot this village. So I want to go ahead and do that before we get into doing any kind of building, because obviously food is going to be very important. And it looks like I might actually leave the farms alone for now. That might be a move. Let's see what else this village has to offer us. Obviously, we're going to take some of the hay bales, which honestly, there's quite a few hay bales here, and I know that for a fact, so we're not going to go too crazy. I also did see something else when we were getting some materials for the build that we're about to do. I saw something that we will have to go explore at some point, so that's always cool. We're also at some point going to want to get some villagers inside and make sure that they're safe, but all right, we got some food here. We don't need the leather cap though, so that's fine. I'm gonna grab this coal while I'm over here real fast. Can never hurt getting more coal. Let's see what else is around. We know we have a cleric, but we definitely need to get two of these villagers in a safe space so we can for sure be able to have villagers, because I don't know where the next closest village is, obviously, and we're gonna want to make sure that we've got a couple of them stowed back away, I guess, just for when we're ready to have our own village. Now the plan is that we're gonna completely revamp this village, like basically tear down all the houses and make it our own little area, but we will see how that goes. And I think we've got this area pretty much looted. What I do want to check though is, so the farm up there had beetroots and potatoes. What do we have down here? Beetroots and wheat, it looks like. So we're still missing carrots, but we can find those. And we'll come back to this wheat pile when we get a chance to. Maybe tonight will be a good night for me to trap two of these guys. Let's actually get some dirt real fast so we can do that. And then we'll get them trapped up in a house to make sure that we've got two to stay safe. The other thing that is not in that time lapse is I planted a couple different trees over here. We planted that one that's now got a beehive on it. And then we also are working on getting some spruce wood for the build. So obviously we've got spruce wood everywhere and whatnot. So let's go ahead. That gives us a little bit of food to work with. And then obviously once we're actually done with the build does kind of have a farm mixed in with it as well. So I'm going to go over there real fast and I will meet you guys over there. Side note, I just saw this giant hole right here, just in the middle of the area. That's insane. All right, so here is kind of the ideal area that I picked out where we're going to build this house at. And just for reference, I just wanted to go ahead and say this is a build that I looked up. I'm not the best at building bases on my own, so shout out to Disruptive Builds for who made this base. I will link the tutorial in the description if anybody wants to see it, but I know that this base is good because I used it in a previous world with the trio, and I actually really like the base design. So we're gonna go ahead and start working it out, making sure that the plot of land that I have here is big enough for what we were trying to do here. So yeah, we're gonna, I guess, time lapse out. Oh my gosh. We're gonna time lapse out that real quick. Just to make sure that we've got enough room here. After we get rid of all these mobs. Where are all these mobs coming from? What is this down here? Just a hole? Okay. Let's not have a creeper blow up in our new area. Okay, cool. All right. Other than that, we're going to get a time lapse going of me trying to figure this out. And we're going to go from there. We're definitely going to have to add some land onto this, which is unfortunate. I knew that was probably going to happen, but it's all right. We can get that fixed out. It looks so weird because this is just like floating here, but we'll fix that here in just a few minutes. We gotta go sleep anyways. So we'll get a shovel, we'll fix the ground. Obviously it's not gonna look perfect to start, but we will fix that as time goes on. Okay, let's get ourselves another shovel. Let's get back to work over here. Like I said, there's barrels like everywhere for us to actually be able to get food from, which is good. Like I said, this is what we were looking for in the last episode, was just a place to call home, and I think this is a really good area to do it with. But we've got a lot of fixing up to do for this house, so give me a minute and I will fix that up. All right, I think that's good enough for what we're trying to do. Oh my gosh, I just fell. Okay. All right. Just like that. That is the start of it. We still have a very long way to go, but at least we have start here. We still have quite a bit of wood to work with if we want to just go ahead and do the rest of the foundation. We're also going to have some more trees popping up at some point, so I guess I'll go ahead and work on more of the foundation of it. Alrighty, so now what I'm working on here, just the pillars. We've got the front two done, and now we've got to do all across the back. But once again, it's night. We've got to go sleep. We might, I don't think we have enough blocks to actually finish, so I guess in the morning, we're going to make an axe. We're going to go chop down a tree to see if we can get enough from that to finish at least the pillars. So let's go to sleep. Should have enough stuff in my inventory to be able to do this. And I do. All right, let's go chop us down one of these trees over here. I got one that grew right over here. Also, another thing that I found through exploring, not really trying to explore off camera, but through trying to figure out where I can get all these materials, is there's another tree that we do not have nearby. So we'll definitely be going to get that here very soon. For now, we got to get this base done. If you guys are wondering, building this out of spruce for most of it, because you just get a ton of spruce logs from doing these big trees, so I'd rather do something that's going to be quick and look good and be able to get the materials that we need kind of quick for it. Oh my gosh, I did not even know that this... There's holes everywhere over here. We're going to have to explore some of this at some point, but until then, we need to finish this over here, which is, I think, all the back pillars, and then all the pillars and, like, almost the framework of it is done. Alrighty, Alrighty, and there is all the pillars done now for the base, so almost completely done with the framework for it. Alright, so next up on the agenda, we've got to go chop down a couple more trees and get some leaves, because we are going to be making the bottom walls and the kind of look that we're going for with it. So let's just get some leaves here. Good, and then we can chop down this tree. We're gonna be making fences and fence gates, so we're gonna need all this. Also, tree sapling output, we can grow another tree, which is nice. I'm literally just gonna plant it in the same place, just like that, and we're gonna be good there. So now we gotta go find more trees, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we might as well plant this other one because we're gonna need it. I can always redo the land over here. So all right, let's go find us some more trees to chop down. I know we could go across over there. Yeah, I think our best move is probably going to be to go across the water and just collect as much oak leaves and other stuff as we can. We can actually probably really fast go ahead and put in what we have. I guess let's start there. So I believe that that's the look for the front of it. And I eventually do want to add the cherry leaves to it once we get them. We don't have a crafting table over here to actually be able to make everything else that we need to make. But yeah, that's kind of the kind of look for the first floor wall, and then just adding fence gates all the way around pretty much, which I just realized fence gates, we're going to need a ton of stuff. We've got leftover leaves, so I don't really think we need more of that. We just need more trees, and the sun is going down, so I'm going to wait until the next day and go get that. Yeah, so I will catch back up with you guys then. I was just going to run over here and get more saplings, and that tree grew inside of the other tree. That's insane. I did not expect it to grow that fast, but okay. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. We've got some stuff here. Let's see if we start making some of this, how far we're actually going to get. So starting off, we need a lot of sticks. And we're going to need, we can make 17 of them right now. Perfect. Let's go see what this is going to do, and then we will go get some more stuff. I don't know where our boat went. We had a boat. I picked it up, and now it's gone. Not very far, but it did actually get us through one side over here. And now we're kind of working on the other side. If I remember correctly, I also made a crafting table so we can actually craft some stuff over here instead of having to run back home if we need to, well, run back to the temporary home in case we need to. All right, let's chop down as many of these as we can. We're also probably going to get some leaf litter while we're here, because we do have cobblestone that we need to smelt, and I'd rather do that with the leaf litter over the coal that we have, because who wants to ruin our coal supply like that? I know I don't. Probably gonna need a lot of this due to smelt what we're trying to smelt with the cobblestone, but it's all right. I'd say that's probably okay for now. Worst comes to worst, we can come back for more stuff. We'll get these saplings fast and pick up whatever leaf litter is already on the ground. Then we will head back, see how many fences we can make, and go from there with it. I think we're just going to leave the boat there, honestly. I'll try to remember that I'm doing that, but who knows if I'll remember. All right, real quick, let's start this process, because this is going to be a pain. That's going. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here, but I'm pretty sure that's the front look. Oh man, I messed that up. It's all right. These fences will come in handy again later. I understand why it's the way that it is. It's just annoying because now I gotta redo it. Let me chop down a couple of these. That way we don't have to go crazy with making more stuff. For now, we're just gonna leave some stuff floating. It's okay. We'll come back to it later. All right, that's the look. Okay. Cool. Now there's one more thing that we gotta do with the front. And then kind of that level of everything is going to be done. Which I guess we can go ahead and start doing now. All right, another day, day 17. Should be able to just bam. Bam. Oh my gosh. I literally saw him out of the corner of my eye. That was wild. I don't want him to blow up our freshly built area. All right. This front area should be done. I don't know if I need to do that, the bushes out one more, but we'll figure that out here in just a few minutes. All right, now that's the front for the most part done, at least for now. We got to add lanterns in a couple different spots, but that's okay. I'm not really too worried about that right now. The only lanterns that we could really right now is the copper ones, because we've got the materials for those, and I don't think I want to do the copper material look out here right now. So for now, this looks good. We're making a lot of progress on this. There's still a lot to do. We basically have 3 floors that we still have to build. But this is a start, and we need to go home and get food. So I'm gonna go do that. Now add the leaves all the way around. So let's go get some more leaves. And like I said, eventually I want to mix in the cherry blossom leaves as well, but we don't have a cherry blossom tree at the moment. And this also gives us an opportunity to, whatever leaves we cut off trees over here, to chop down some more trees if need be. All right, and that should be the look all the way around. And like I said, we'll put some other leaves in later, but for now, just to get the build completed, this is what we're looking at so far. That's what I thought. That's exactly why I didn't do all of this yet. So this section right here needs to be filled back in, and then everything back here is going to be cut out like so. And now we're good there. I also want to try to trap 2 villagers fast, because it is night. They should be sleeping, and we can at least guarantee ourselves 2 of them. So let's try to do that real quick. As I'm trying to find one in a bed, there's actually 0 of them in a bed. There's one. I literally did not see another one in a bed anywhere. I just heard a door open and close. Solid. There we go. We for sure at least have 2 villagers. Alrighty, so if you can see on the day counter, it's been a little bit further than where we were last time, and that's because I have got some more done on this. So I'm going to show you guys around real fast, and then I'm probably going to do another cut here for how far and how much more we can get done here. So first of all, we shoveled out this entire bottom. We're waiting on some more trees to finish up the downstairs walls. But while we were doing that, we went ahead and got the upstairs kind of ready. So this is the 2nd floor. Oh, look, baby mobs. That's cool. We've got the 2nd floor kind of started here. So this is going to be our starting farm. These are for water once we get it. And over here kind of ends up being a storage area, but you guys will see that there is a whole nother floor that needs to go on this. And we're kind of waiting on trees to grow so we can add some more pillars for the next floor. But other than that, this is where we're kind of at the moment with the build. I'm probably going to go ahead and fill in the floor down here because I know roughly where stuff goes down here. So we're probably going to work on that while we're waiting for trees to grow. And yeah, I will update you guys again here in just a few minutes. Alrighty, and just like that, we kind of have the downstairs floor done. Obviously, it's not perfect because we've still got this grass outline down here waiting for trees to grow and whatnot, but hopefully we get one of those here soon. Alrighty, and just like that, the like the basement walls and what we're going for here is finished. So now we've got to add some pillars up here. We finally had some trees grow. That's the main thing that we were waiting for, but we finally had some grow. We've got maybe enough to do the pillars up here, but I'm not 100% sure. But we're gonna try to get that done next. All right, checking back in for another update. You guys can see the day counters kind of going even higher, but we've got the upstairs pretty much finished. We've got the house piece now. We go in here. Got it kind of set up here for what we want. Yeah, so pretty much the rest of this episode is going to be me finishing up the decoration of the house, like, because the build is basically done. I'm going to try to do that up there, and then we're going to decorate it. I'll give you guys the tour, and then we will get out of here for this episode. I know it's been a very build heavy episode, but to have our first home is very important. So let's go ahead. Let's go do that. And then we will check back in. All right. So it's not perfect. It's not everything that it's going to end up being, but over time things will change as we start getting more stuff. So that's what's going to be cool about this space is seeing how it changes over time. But here we are for now. It's done for now. We obviously will get rid of the torches once we have more materials for lanterns and stuff. But let's go ahead and go through this here. We've got a sugarcane farm up here with some storage for said sugarcane. Don't worry about this right here. We need grass right here because we're going to plant flowers right here. Probably some bushes back here. In this corner, we're going to have our enchanting area. Obviously, we don't have anything for it yet, so this is just a blank corner. We have our crafting area, which is missing some key items, but we will get those as time goes on. Same thing with this. This will be our brewing area, where you obviously need brewing stands and stuff like that for it. We've got our smelting area right here. These are going to be for armor stands as we start to collect the armor sets, as far as like leather, chainmail, stuff like that. We've got this nice little center table, which has got even more storage. This is one thing that I love about this base design is tons of storage space. And obviously the stuff that is on this table is going to change over time. But for now, we just threw some campfires down and that's that. So that's kind of the basement area. Obviously, a lot's going to change as time goes on with needing space for other things and whatnot. But for now, that's what we're looking like for the start. Going up a floor, we've got our main storage area right here. So we're obviously going to put item frames down through here to kind of help us out along the journey. But for now, this is where our main storage area is. And it's actually enough space that if we need to stack some chests, we can, which is nice. So there's that. We've also started some farms over here. This is not going to end up being our main farm. We're going to do a whole different farm. But for now, just to get some stuff going, we threw some stuff down, and same thing as up here. We finally got this roof up here done. And then we've actually honestly done nothing in here, but we've got the room itself. So I think overall, I think we've done a pretty good job at getting the base built in this episode and whatnot. I think that it was a very, very long and tedious process, but either way, it's done. It's over with. We're ready to move on to the next episode and hopefully get some exploring done and all that good stuff. So other than that, that's going to do it here in this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, smash the like button down below. Remember to subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are enjoying the series, if you guys are have any suggestions for the series, anything like that. Next episode, we're probably going to go exploring into mine and whatnot, seeing what we can find. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.